Look, kid, I ain't got no illusions. The world's a cold, unforgiving bastard, and it's not gonna change. People are born, they struggle, and then they die. That's the cruel truth. I've seen too much, lived through too much to sugarcoat it for you. You think you're the only one who's been chewed up and spit out by this world. You think you're the only one who's felt like everything is just one big sick joke. Hell, I've been there. I've been down in that pit where every damn breath feels like a battle and every step feels like you're dragging a mountain. I've watched friends die, seen good people turn into monsters, and I've lost everything that ever meant a damn to me. So, don't come to me looking for some pretty words or false hope. But here's the thing, kid. Even in the depths of all that darkness, even when you're at your lowest, there's something you gotta hold on to. Life is pain. Life is suffering. But it's also about finding something, anything, to fight for. I know it sounds cliche as hell, but it's the goddamn truth. You gotta find your reason, your purpose, no matter how small or insignificant it might seem to anyone else. Because that's what keeps you going when everything else falls apart. You think I haven't wanted to just give up, to lie down and let the world take me. I've had those nights staring up at the sky, wondering what the point of it all is. And you know what? Sometimes there's no point. Sometimes the only reason to keep going is because you're too damn stubborn to quit. Because if you quit, if you let this world break you, then it's won. And fuck that. Fuck letting this godforsaken world have the last laugh. I've seen the bottom, kid. I've seen the kind of darkness that swallows you whole and leaves you empty. But even in that void, there's a flicker of light. It's faint. It's weak. But it's there. You've got to cling to that. You've got to fight for that. Because as long as there's a breath left in your body, as long as your heart's still beating, you've got a chance. A chance to turn things around. To make something out of the mess that life throws at you. It's not about being happy all the time, or even most of the time. It's about finding those moments of peace, those small victories that remind you why you're still here. Maybe it's a sunrise, or the sound of rain, or a kind word from a stranger. Whatever it is, hold on to it. Let it fuel you. Let it give you the strength to keep pushing forward, no matter how broken you feel. And don't think for a second that you're alone in this. We all carry our scars, our burdens. Some of us just hide them better than others. But there's a strength in that too, in knowing that you're not the only one fighting this battle. There's a brotherhood in suffering, a kinship in pain. We're all in this together, even if it doesn't always feel that way. Yeah, life's a bitch. It's unfair, it's cruel, and it doesn't give a damn about your dreams or your plans. But you can't let it beat you. You can't let it turn you into someone you're not. Hold on to your humanity, even when it feels like it's slipping through your fingers. Hold on to the things that make you who you are. the things that make life worth living, no matter how small or insignificant they might seem. You've got a fire inside you, kid. I can see it, even if you can't. It's what's kept you going this far, and it's what's going to keep you going when things get even tougher. Don't let that fire die. Feed it, nurture it, let it burn as bright as it can. Because as long as you've got that fire, as long as you've got that will to fight, you got a chance. And sometimes that's all you need. You're stronger than you think, stronger than you know. The world can beat you down. It can break you, but it can't take that strength away. That's yours. And it's what's gonna carry you through the darkest times. So stand up, dust yourself off, and keep fighting. Because as long as you're still breathing, as long as your heart's still beating, you've got a chance to make things better. And that's worth holding on to. You know, I had a friend once, a good man, tough as nails, but with a heart too big for this world. He fought in battles that would have broken most men, came out the other side every time. But he had his demons, just like we all do. One night, he looked at me and said, "I am done, man. I can't keep fighting." I told him the same thing I'm telling you now. I told him he was stronger than he knew, that he had a fire inside him that wouldn't let him quit. He didn't listen. He gave up. And it broke my heart to see him go like that. But it also taught me something. It taught me that giving up is the easy way out. It's the path of least resistance. But it's not the path of the warrior. The warrior's path is hard. It's brutal. But it's also the path that leads to something greater. It's the path that leads to redemption, to finding a purpose even in the midst of all the pain. So when you feel like you can't go on, when the weight of the world feels like it's going to crush you, remember that you're not alone. Remember that there's a strength inside you that's greater than any challenge you'll face. And remember that giving up is never an option, not for a warrior, not for someone who's been through what you've been through. You've got a story, kid, a story that's still being written. And yeah, it's got its share of dark chapters, of moments that'll make you question everything. But it's also got moments of triumph, of victory, of finding light in the darkest places. And those moments are worth fighting for. They're worth the pain, the struggle, the heartache. Because they're what make life worth living. Don't let the darkness win. Don't let the world beat you down. You've got too much fight in you for that. You've got too much strength, too much fire. And as long as you've got that, as long as you're willing to keep pushing forward, you've got a chance to turn things around, to find your purpose, to write your own story. When you wake up tomorrow, and the day looks just as bleak as the last, remember this conversation. Remember that you've got a choice. You can either lie down and let the world trample over you, or you can stand up and fight back. And I don't mean just with fists or anger, but with every bit of willpower you got left, with every small act of defiance, every moment of kindness you can muster, even when it feels like you've got nothing left to give. Those small victories add up. They build a foundation that no storm can wash away. You've got to believe in something bigger than the pain, bigger than the struggles. Maybe it's a dream you buried long ago. Maybe it's a person who needs you. Or maybe it's just the simple act of proving the world wrong. Whatever it is, find it, hold on to it, and let it drive you. Because as long as you're still breathing, as long as there's still a beat in your heart, you've got a chance to change your story. And that's something no amount of darkness can ever take away from you. It's okay to feel like shit. It's okay to feel lost, to feel like the world's against you. But it's not okay to give up. It's not okay to let the world win. You're a warrior, and warriors don't quit. They fight, they endure, and they come out stronger on the other side. And you will too. Stand up, dust yourself off, and keep fighting. Because you're not alone in this. We're all in this together, and we're all fighting our own battles. But together, we're stronger. Together, we can face anything. And together, we can find a way through the darkness. So don't give up. Not now. Not ever. Because you're a warrior. And warriors never quit.